Hello everyone, welcome to Elevate Techie Data Science series. In today's video, let's see all about correlation in ML. So let's get started with the basic definition of correlation. So correlation is all about the relationship between the two variables. It measures how changes in one variable correspond to the changes in the another variable. It's likely like observing a dance. When one moves, does the other follows, or do they move independently? So let's see what are the different types of correlation available for us. So we have positive correlation, negative correlation and no correlation. So when we say the two variables are positively correlated, that means as one variable increases, then the other tends to increase as well. So then we can say the two variables are positively correlated. And in the same wise, we can say two variables are negatively correlated. When one variable increases, the other variable will tend to decrease. And lastly, we can say there is no correlation between the two variables when there is no or little linear relationship between them. So these are the different types of correlations we can say between the variables. Now let's see why is correlation important in machine learning. The first one is the feature selection. So under the feature selection, correlation helps us in selecting the features that are relevant to the target variables. And this can be done by knowing the correlation value. So when there is a high correlation with the target variable, then that means that feature is useful. And next, correlation helps us in understanding the relationships between the features, which in turn can improve the performance of the model. Also in regression model, it is important to know if features are highly correlated with each other, as it can affect the model stability and interpretation. Apart from this, correlation analysis is also important for ensuring the model fairness and avoiding the biases. So when certain features are highly correlated with the sensitive attributes like gender or ethnicity, it can inadvertently encode biases into ML model if not properly addressed. So because of all these, correlation plays a crucial role in our model performance. Now let's see how to calculate the correlation. So correlation can be calculated using the two techniques. The first one is the Pearson correlation coefficient and the other is the Spearman's rank correlation. Let's see how to check the correlation in each method. So Pearson coefficient correlation is the most common method, and in this the correlation coefficient value will range from -1 to +1. Here, a coefficient close to 1 indicates a strong positive correlation and close to -1 indicates a strong negative correlation. And around 0, it suggests a weak or a no linear correlation. And Spearman's rank correlation is mostly used for non-linear relationships and ordinal data. Let's try to understand correlation more by the real world example. So, if we think of the real world examples, correlation between the ice cream sales and the sunglasses sales is likely positive because as the temperature rises, ice cream sales will increase and also the sunglasses sales will tend to increase. And on the other hand, if we see the correlation between the rainfall and the number of the sunglasses sold, it will be negative because as the rainfall increases, the number of the sunglasses sold will decrease. Now let's see the practical coding example and try to understand how to calculate the correlation and how to visualize and interpret and use it for the feature selection. So here we are importing the pandas first and then we will be loading our data set. And to calculate the correlation matrix, we'll be using the function correlation for the data frame. And here we are displaying the correlation matrix. So here we can see for the ice cream sales and the temperature, we have got the value near to 1. So that means as the temperature increases, ice cream sales increases. So these ice cream sales variable and the temperature are positively correlated. And here we are trying to visualize the same using a heat map. So here we can see for the temperature variable and the ice cream sales, if we draw a graph of the correlation, we can see that value is near to 1. which is 0.99. So that means both these two variables are positively correlated. Now let's see the interpretation of the correlation. Correlation doesn't imply the causation. So just because two variables are correlated doesn't always mean one causes the other. We always need to consider the context of our data and possibility of the factors. So establishing a cause and effect relationship needs a additional evidence, and also outliers can influence the correlation coefficient, so it is essential to check for their presence as well. Now let's see what are the advantages of detecting the correlation. So first is the model efficiency gets improved because by knowing the correlation between the two features and the target variable, we can remove the unwanted features, which in turn reduces the dimensionality. Also, it helps us in refining the models by reducing the biases and having the optimal performance. So in conclusion, understanding a correlation in ML provides a valuable lens through which we can analyze the relationship between two variables and optimize the model inputs and enhance the overall effectiveness of our predictive model. So that's all for this today's video, guys. If you find this explanation helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more content on machine learning and data science. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in next video.